What's good, big dog? It's your boy, Big A, Soul Power, and Dre. And this is a State of the Union address from Samurai Kennels, and I'll be announcing my retirement. But before we do any of that, let me hit y'all with an intro for the sponsors.
This for you. Too many mind.
Too many mind?
Mind the school. Mind the people.
Let it go, Andre.
Mind the enemy. Too many mind.
Yo, Big A and Soul, what's good?
Hey, what's happening? Call it Mike Ballin, man. It's your boy Big A back in here like I left my wallet and keys. So, what's happening?
Oh man, you already know it's a Shogun, baby. We ain't near
Yes,
getting
sir.
it. You already know them blades are sharp and that defense is always tight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Let me get a quick roll call going, y'all, for everybody that's in here so far. And then I get some time for people to get into to the stream because I want those who have an ear to hear what's gonna go on today. But brother Dickie Foster, salute to you, big dog.
Big salute.
Yeah, man. Dickie Foster, the MVP of the year.
For sure. It wouldn't be right if you don't see Dickie Foster in the chat, man.
He probably MVP second time running, you know.
Yeah, he done put
Yeah,
it
Yeah. We're gonna have to put his jersey up in the rafters soon.
yeah, yeah. Right
in.
next to the truck stop, boy.
Yeah, yeah. Pressure Kennels
Yeah,
comment the building.
buddy.
Yeah, man. Old pressure, man. Throwback with it, man. He been here for a long time. Salute to you, my brother.
Yeah. Pressure bust pipe so it can create diamonds. Either or.
Show
That
enough.
part, that part. Salute.
Who the bad?
Show enough.
Show enough.
Kiss the Converse.
Why wait, Kennel? What's good, big dog? Salute.
Hey,
Salute.
Was good. Why wait, my brother. Memphis, man.
Student for life, dog trainer. Another Shogun by trade, man. Man, student for life, bro. Like honorary Shogun, bro. Like you can't say nothing bad about the brother, bro. Can't say
nope.
nothing, brother.
Big
I don't.
salute. Big salute.
Melee, another gangster with it. Another
That
OG.
part.
Stand 10 toes
Yes,
down.
sir.
No, yes, man. Salute, brother. Salute.
That
Croc,
part.
another brother. Another
Man.
Crockhead. Solid. Keeps me informed. You know what I'm saying? He's very private. He ain't with all that flashy mess, very, very pleasant. Actually has, Southern hospitality, good morning, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, bro. I appreciate
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
Dreadlock Rasta. Top of tomorrow
Yeah,
to you.
man.
Pagwan look you.
What part of the beach you from?
Yeah, right. The beach, boy.
What part of Jamaica you from, boy? Right near the beach.
Come on.
Take the money and need a what? Take the money and need a what?
Oh,
Brother Martinez in the building. What's good, Martinez, man?
salute
Hey,
Martinez.
Thank you for coming on the show, man. Martinez, as always, a great husband of the breed. If y'all ain't following this channel, check him out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Oh, brother Doug in the building. Brother Doug, I need you to make sure Joe hear this one, bro. Joe need to hear this one, man. You know what I'm saying? NWA Connie Corsos and all the NWA Connie Corso family. Salute to all of y'all brothers, man. Salute, bro.
sir.
And my daughter says hello as well, y'all.
Yeah.
Quick FC7, man. What's good, big dog?
Salute.
Lou.
Yeah, man. All Will of the Carolinas, man. What's up, big bro? Hey,
Salute.
that's
Southern boy.
another man. I really appreciate brothers like him and Vad, man. Him and Vad remind me so much of each other because they're so solid in their ways, bro. Like they don't
Yeah,
compromise themselves for anything. And I
yeah,
gotta accentuate brothers who do that, man. Like they don't compromise who they are for nobody, and I respect it, and I want to push that forward.
Yeah.
Welsh Kennels Combine, what's good, big dog? Another one, you know what I'm saying? Like Welsh ain't about to bite his tongue,
Another one.
and like we might not even agree on everything, but it ain't about agreeing on everything. It's I respect him. You know what I'm saying? I respect him, and yeah, man, salute to you. Yeah, bro. All right, so we got 10 people in here, man, and 10 people is more than enough to say what I gotta say, so they can run tell that. And so Big A, it's been a pleasure, fellas. But old Samurai's retiring, and I want to say thank you to everybody who allowed me to be a part of the American Pit Bull Terrier community. Um, it's been fun. It's been real. But let me tell y'all this: I'm not retiring from dogs. I'm retiring from using the term pit bull with my dogs, because that's what this episode is about. It's about me starting my own breed, man. And for those of y'all who are supporters only because it's a pit bull terrier channel, I'm gonna lose those guys, because this is not that no more. What I'm retiring from is I'm retiring from having a yoke over my head of what other people are telling me a breed should be. So I'm making my own. And this live is we're gonna be just talking about that, and sharing ideas and conversation and moving forward. Um, if you over here, you know what I'm saying, it's when I speak, I don't represent, and I don't want to take away from the American Pit Bull Terrier. Anybody here knows that I do. Anybody here knows that I train my dogs for protection work, and I fought the battle for a long time. I've been doing it over 17 years, and I will say this: doing what I was doing, and as I've learned so much, is not indicative of the American Pit Bull Terrier. It's not indicative of the American Pit Bull Terrier. The way I breed and my vision of the dog that I want is a offshoot of the American Pit Bull Terrier. And what I was doing was I was trying to live a dream through another man's eyes. What I mean by that is the American Pit Bull Terrier has a standard. That dog has a standard that I respect and I love, and I'll always love it. But the American Pit Bull Terrier standard for a dog is not my standard of a dog. And I've been listening to these channels, and they be talking about the Staffordshire Terrier and American Pit Bull Terrier, and where their history comes from. And I will say this honestly: I can't tell you genetically what the difference between a Staffordshire American Staffordshire Terrier and American Pit Bull Terrier is. But I can tell you that the Staffordshire Terrier guys had their own traits and things they wanted, and they found a registry that registered them as that. So they're divergent not because of the blood or the breeding, they're divergent because of the purpose. And I don't want to be one of these cheese balls like the bully guys that want to use the term pit bull until something goes wrong to market my shit.
Yeah. Definitely.
And like I don't want to steal the glory of the American Pit Bull Terrier to market my stuff.
Yep.
So what I'm doing is I've looked into becoming FCI certified as a breed for the old yeller dog. Now, for FCI certification, you must have 3 generations of dogs that of purebred or mixed bred registry. I'm not crossing nothing into my stuff, by the way. I'm breeding. I'm just selectively breeding my dogs, but at least 3 generations of selectively bred dogs for specific traits, characteristics, and genetics. A culling process has to happen to remove undesirable traits. And once 300 to 400 of the dogs have come into fruition, they must obtain certification from a registering or authoritative body, i.e., a kennel club. Okay. And yeah, you're right, Wes. I'm not crossing, bro. But what I'm getting at is my standard is my standard, and I'm never gonna get that trying to make what I believe fit into somebody else's breed standard. It's not gonna happen. Um, there also has to be a purpose for a breed, which a lot of breeds, honestly, could lose their breed entitlement because of lacking purpose. But this is on Google. Like, if you go to Google, the Google AI will research the web and find you all this information. And I just wanted to share it with y'all. Salute, City Boys. What's good, big dog? Do my
Well,
retirement, man. But yeah, so the old yeller dog. My goal is no longer to have an old yeller line within the pit bull terrier. My goal is to have an old yeller breed of dog that is uh, a derivative from, without lying about what's going on with the dogs. I feel like all the drama comes when you lie. All
yeah,
the drama comes when you lie about it. Just be real, be authentic, and we're gonna talk about that today. So without further ado, I'm gonna get the link ready, because I am gonna open up the floor for anybody to come in, and spit they ish. But this is my retirement announcements, man, and I'm also gonna get to some of these comments, but I'm gonna let Brother Soul and Brother Big A cook for just a second.
yeah. No, I totally agree, man. And then with that being said, it kind of opens the door for growth, um, of a standard for the breed, you know. Um, so I'm in total agreement, you know. Cry Kid, what's happening, man? Yeah. So what's happening? I guess it's just, mm. But nah, I definitely agree with it. At the end of the day, man, uh, a lot of people get caught up on the papers, and you know, um, all of that stuff that go along with it, man, and not looking at the actual dog, man. Like it. And one thing that he was talking about with, not to change the subject too much, man, but like with the hey, I hear
Hold on, hold
echo.
on, hold on, Aaron. All right, I had it going on my iPad and my it was on my iPad and my
It kicked you out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it going on my iPad and my phone. I'm getting my phone together so I can message and be in the chat with the guys, bro. Keep talking.
Yeah. So
Hey, I got kicked too.
Yeah.
yeah. So with the Staffordshire, you know, uh, broadly speaking, you know, their practice and breeding of, has pretty much been the same. You can, a Staffordshire Terrier is a Staffordshire Terrier. But if you were to look at a bully, supposedly, I could be wrong, it was the Staffordshire Terrier and the Pit Bull mix, you know, to begin starting off or whatever, creating whatever they created back in 98, 2000, whatever. And then, with growth and, people getting their hands on the bully, you know, um, they started mixing all types of stuff into the bullies. You got your exotic, your Merles, whatever you want to call it, all types of stuff going on. So what they started the bully off to begin with is not what the bully is today. And that's what I have an issue with when it comes to, especially when the bullies. And then uh for them to, for the bully to have the stamp of pit bull to it, it's a bad, meanwhile they just taking any and everything and just throw, breeding however they want to breed, man. And to me, there is no standard for the bullies. So, those are things that all count to me, especially in the functionality and purpose of a dog. I don't care if it's a like, for your mental health or whatever the case may be, man. Like it just it the what the dog what the whatever the standard of the bully was to start off with, it's not there today. And it hasn't even been 30 years yet. So, it's like keeping it keeping it on the same level, and doing select breeding to create a breed means everything, man. It does.
Like fam, you spot on with that. I think the biggest thing for the bully was the popularity happened so fast, and the
Yeah,
standard was controlled by the potential profit.
yeah.
You
And
know, you
and that's
saw,
that's yeah. Go ahead, bro.
well, you saw the dogs initially were supposed to be exaggerated pit bulls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They had
animated. Yeah,
these, yeah, these features where the dogs could still work. You know what I'm saying? In whatever capacity you thought, maybe, some protection work, or, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Maybe some hog baiting, something like that. So
right.
then you see the dogs get extremely large. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in the mecca of it. I was in California at the time, and I remember seeing these big old dogs. Then they turn blue. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
and first they were these red dogs, and like, damn, these pits is they're big. We didn't know what they
Yeah,
were. We called them just backyard pits then. Then
yeah,
the blues came around, and we like, damn, I ain't never seen no blue dog before. Then they just started
yeah,
getting really big, XLs, XXLs. Then we start
yeah.
seeing the extremes, and just all of this was just all driven by profit. And I think
And
that when you
the
have a
pocket
breed,
bully.
right,
Yeah,
the
go
pocket.
ahead,
So
bro.
it's like when you,
Yeah,
yeah, when you see the standard shift, and it's all centered around generally one specific or a couple of dogs, or a popular camp, and it's
mm-hmm.
all about, you know what I'm saying, the dollar. Everybody
Yeah,
changing up, you know what I'm saying, what they got, because now they want to compete, and
yeah.
it's all centered
And
around profitability.
and let's just say that I'm into bullies, or I want to get into bullies, or whatever the case may be, and I've been trying to do my research or whatever. As many breeders out there, there is no standard for the bullies, that you could really run with. And whoever you were to go get that dog from, you can do your research. You don't know what they bred, what, have they taken some other breed and put it in there, not saying anything, or the whole nine. And you don't know the outcome of what you get. But but I was just saying all of that, really, in reference to the old yellow dogs too, as far as strict uh um selective breeding. And not only that, it's the same thing with the Staffordshire Terriers. You don't hear they talk about the Staffordshire Terrier like you do the bully, as far as, all this wild and craziness. It's been it stayed within a certain standard, I guess you could say, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
man. So I did want to say this, man. Brother Crockett posted a beautiful, beautiful dog on his avatar, and he
Hmm.
said it's Bond the Undertaker. He has a 9-week old litter of puppies off of it.
Hmm.
That's a phenomenal looking dog, bro.
Hmm.
And I do want to state this, man. For personally, from my vision of my old yeller dogs, I have no intention of making any breed crosses to make what I'm trying to accomplish.
Right.
Um, I'm just breeding specific selective breeding for traits, right?
Yeah.
Um, that's my opinion, and that's what I want
That's
to
what.
do.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Versus the, with the bullies and the Staffordshires. The differences between the two, and
Yeah,
just staying strong with selective breeding, and within, and creating our standard. The standard for the old yellers. You know, that doesn't change.
and For sure. I also want to give a shout out to Brother Melvin Brown. And I want to say this because Brother West brought up a good thing. He said, you don't need to add a new breed to make new game dogs. And that's the thing, man. Like, um, I don't, I wouldn't even call my dogs, they're just good dogs. You know, I wouldn't even call them game dogs. Like, and let me break down for y'all what I think a good dog is too. Let me make that abundantly clear because I think overall, what I want for my breed to be is good dog. Like all of them good dogs. And the ones that ain't good dogs are culls. For me, the
Yeah.
first thing a good dog has to be is receptive of its owner, master, and family. That's the number
Yeah.
one thing. It has to fit into my life. All right.
Mm-hmm.
After that, the dog has to have some level of intelligence. The dog has to know I can't poop and step through my poop and stuff. You know, that's not a disqualifying factor, but these are things I'm breeding away from. You know, um, the other thing is the dog has to have soldier qualities to it, not warrior. Listen to the difference. I don't need a warrior dog because I'm not a box man. But my dog has to have soldier qualities. A soldier sets out to defend an idea or an organization in which it is employed to defend. My dogs, they can't just be friendly to anybody, to animals or anybody. They have to have a certain level of, okay, I'll give you an example. Before I joined the military, when I would see somebody in uniform, I'm like, you know what? I don't know who they are or what they are, but I know they about something probably. They're probably about something just off of appearance.
Right.
And I don't need to test them to know that they're about that. Now, I think where a lot of people go is, well, how do you know that, Dre? Well, it happens. I've had yard accidents with dogs that have never been in the box because they naturally are not going to take nobody's crap. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's what I say is a good dog. Somebody who's willing to defend themselves when they are attacked. But I don't need them to be the attacker. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, they need to be dogs that can reproduce naturally without AI or needing to go to a hospital. Like they need to be a good dog, low
Yeah.
health defects. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just basic things. Another standard that I don't care for, and I like people go ham about this, and they give a lot of brothers issues with this. But this has never bothered me. It has never bothered me to see two pit bulls running together, other than the
Yeah.
fact that the person acts surprised when they get a yard accident out of it. Like there are dogs that grow up together and will get along just fine and will still do whatever it is they do. I don't care what they do as long as if I'm walking and a coyote jumps out on me, that dog does God's work on that coyote. I don't care what it does on my yard because I love everything on my yard.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
these are standards that I'm not trying to carry over into what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm just keeping it real with you, man. It's certain things that in a modern society, I don't care or they don't matter to me. I'm not saying they
Yeah.
don't matter. They don't matter to me.
Yeah.
That's why I need to do my own thing so I can make my own rules. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, so I've been doing research, y'all, and I wanted to share this, man. What's up, PBK? What's up, MKM? Bottoms in the building, man. Man, everybody coming through for my retirement, man. I appreciate it. But look, let me give y'all this quick story, and then I'm gonna introduce my brother Solo, but connected because he's in here as well, and I want to let him talk about the post we did yesterday on the community page. But I started doing my research, and Frederick Lewis Doberman created a breed the same way. What he did is what I'm attempting to do, and I always give y'all the archetype for where I get my ideology from. I don't just wake up in the middle of the night and go, I'm gonna do something new without some research and some kind of development, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so Frederick Lewis Doberman, he had a 4-part name, but I think it's maybe Frank or something. But anyways, in 1890s, he was a tax collector in Germany
Yep.
who also worked at a local dog pound. And he went and found dogs that matched what he needed for that time for his exact life. I go around collecting people's taxes. They're not going to like it. I need a dog that's going to bite them. And he created a Doberman for that reason, for his
Mm-hmm.
purposes. He didn't even establish the breed. There was a gentleman after he passed away. That actually created the National Doberman Registry and started calling it a breed. And that's why I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it may not happen in my lifetime. It may not happen ever because I'm not creating a breed to make it popular. I'm creating a breed that fits my needs. And
Yep.
the breed that I'm currently using is is not been systemically and specifically bred for my needs.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of y'all brothers in the chat don't walk at 3 o'clock in the morning with y'all dogs. I do. I go out at 3 o'clock in the morning in a city full of dope heads and fentanyl addicts, and I need a dog that I know can handle its own. Yeah, I can throw hands. Yeah, I got pistols. But sometimes you just want that little extra bit of that dog ears going up when he hears something rustling in the bushes that you don't hear.
Yep. And ain't nothing worse than an enemy that's waiting on
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That dog can hear things that my fist and my gun can't hear.
you. Hmm.
And it's just the I don't think that adding protection work to the American Pit Bull Terrier breed will ever be accepted by the breed, because the breed, once again, to establish a breed, you have to have 300 different breeders or fanciers that agree upon their standard with a kennel club. And the general
Hmm.
population of the American Pit Bull Terrier community says that's not for the dog. And I agree with them. That's not for that dog.
Hmm.
So I'm over here. I'm making my own lane, man. Yeah, y'all. Like I said, the link is in the description. But I do want to give my brother Solo an opportunity to be heard as well, because he came in to support this retirement and this retirement and this fresh birth. Brother Solo, welcome to the panel.
Hey, what's good, brothers?
What's happening?
It's a blessing to be
Brother
amongst y'all
Solo,
again.
salute. Salute.
Yeah, as far as the post with the old English Bulldogs, my little cousin, he got a male and a female, and he got a litter, and he's selling those pups, man. I mean, he put a lot into them, and it speaks for itself. So if anybody interested in old English Bulldog pup, call that number on the Samurai Kennels community, and they got the paperwork, and we got pictures of the sire and the dame. All of that is available as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I say this again, man, for anybody who came in late. I'm retiring from using the name American Pit Bull Terrier, because my personal breeding preferences and standard are not commensurate with that of the breed. Therefore, I want none of the negative things that may be associated with the things that like, for example, if I'm breeding a dog to do protection work, and for some reason I'm irresponsible, my dog injures somebody, I want on the news and be like, this new breeder of this new monster breed takes all the credit. I don't want to do like the bully guys do and let the pit bulls take the heat for their stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's my only issue. And that's why the bullies keep getting brought up in this conversation, because that's the flaw I see with it. If you're gonna break away, you take the same way you take the glory and the money, you take the shame and the ridicule when you do something wrong or something that is not, you defend yourself. You don't let another community defend you. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hmm.
not trying to call women out, but I've seen a lot of situations where a woman wants equality until you need a man to do something, right? And that's one of those things where I want to be a man about this, and I stand on my product and what I do. You
Yeah.
know, but the digital and let me say this too: the digital dog show is not over, but the January 31st digital dog show will be the last American Pit Bull Terrier only digital dog show. Old Yeller dogs will be competing, and other breeds will compete. And um, I want to have a community that's about like the fun and getting money together. You know what I'm saying? Like I want La Costa Nostra, the mafia. Like, we get money together, but we just do it in a way where it is on board and above ground, where you can talk about it and you can express it. $2.7 billion have been made by podcasters in the last since COVID hit. $2.7 billion have been made by podcasters, and it's been made by showing people things, giving life hacks and giving entertainment. It hasn't been made by being reclusive. And the community I'm creating I don't want a community that has to acquiesce to society because society don't understand. We're gonna make them understand.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, I think that a lot of brothers understand this, man. And okay, for example, um, brother Richard F. Stratton, I love his books, and I'll continue to read his books. And
Hmm.
but brother Richard F. Stratton was a quandary within himself, because in his book, This is the American Pit Bull Terrier, on 3 different occasions he talks about them being guarding dogs, but then he says in the same breath he says he doesn't believe in that. Or
Yeah.
I forget who said, I think it was maybe John L. Kobe that said they can do anything another dog can do plus whoop them. I
Yeah.
believe these things. I did. I believe these things and I still do. But for you to say they can do anything and then limit it to specific tasks, that's unrealistic to me. Let me give
Yeah.
the brother Trial and Error a big shout out, man. For a $4.99 salute. Tip. Hey, I appreciate you,
Hey.
bro. I appreciate you,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, bro. And yeah, man. Hey, Shono said, Dre, what you retiring from? Hey, Shono, I'm retiring from calling my dogs American Pit Bull Terriers, man, because I don't think that my vision aligns with the mission of the American Pit Bull Terrier. I love the community. I'm not against the community, but what I'm doing is what I'm doing. It's my mission. It's my goal. It's my thing. Everything I learn about the dogs and their upkeep, I got from the American Pit Bull Terrier community. I love the American Pit Bull Terrier community. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And if my brothers breeding real pit bulls ever need me to speak on their behalf from an outsider's perspective, I love y'all, man. It ain't no beef. But with my community, what I am going to eliminate is, and this is what I hope my American Pit Bull Terrier brothers do learn to eliminate is, what I seen in the community was I see a bunch of guys that are crash outs. They all ride in a car. And all I'm saying is, man, pull over, let me out.
Let me out.
You know what I'm saying? Pull over and let me out. I think I can drive my own car at this point, and that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing, man. Brother Jeff Smith, bro. Salute, man. Salute, man. Salute to all the members, bro. Brother Mike Dan,
Salute.
salute. Salute, big dog. Oh, hell. All right, look. The big hill is in the building. Brother Big
Hey.
Mother Loving Hill.
Rain.
Check one. Salute.
Toyo, what it
Hey.
Salute.
Yeah,
is?
Toyo.
What's up, brothers? What's up? How y'all doing?
Hey,
Alright.
hey.
Long-
Solid.
Hey,
You real
long
piece of
time
work.
no hear, from, bro.
Yeah,
That
long
part.
time, man.
Yeah,
Good to hear
man.
from you, bro.
What a pull up, man.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Hey, anybody who trying to pull up outside of the Shogun, make sure y'all cam up before we let you on stage. We don't need
Yeah.
no freakazoids hopping in here.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Nah,
sir.
for real. No, for real, for real.
Hey, that's facts. Because we just let one in just now. You know what I'm saying? The number one truck stop boy just came in the building.
Oh shit! He said he
What's
Uh,
going
up?
to
Yeah,
find the
man.
lick 'em lot lizards, baby.
Yeah, man. Big Hill, how many lot lizards you popped since the last time we talked?
Huh?
Uh
Hey, y'all crazy. I ain't hear that one. Y'all warmed up already, huh?
yeah, hey, hey, man.
that
Let me
woke
give a
you
shout
up
out.
real quick, huh?
Yeah. I know somebody said something because too many of y'all was laughing. What's going on?
Hold on. Let me give a shout out to the legend, man. The legend, Mr. Richard Garcia, man. Thank you for everything you do for all the breeds, man. I appreciate you. And Game Dog Talk was live last night. If y'all not subscribed to Game Dog Talk, get with Brother Garcia, get with Brother Ram, get the link to the Patreon. It's $10 a month. But like that's how I show my support, man. I don't have any of the knowledge them brothers have, but I still support them, man. So shouts out to Game Dog Talk, bro. But yeah, Big Hill. Since you came in late, bro, because and this I want to tell this to the live too. My brothers didn't know I was gonna come over here and say what I'm saying right now. They didn't know this. They getting this information the same way y'all getting this information. But Big Hill, what you walked into is I'm retiring from using the term American Pit Bull Terrier. The old yellow dog is now its own breed.
Oh, well, salute, bro, salute. That's what's up. That's what's up.
hmm
Yeah, man. And that's where the whole new avatar comes from. It says old yellow dogs, there's only one. Because I'm the only person that could deem something excuse me, I'm the only one that can deem a dog an old yellow dog. I'm the progenitor of that.
Okay,
And
now that's
and
what's
um
up.
and
Shit.
the difference is the purpose for it being bred, man. I've changed the purpose, therefore I've changed the dog, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not fair. It's not fair for me to use the clout that the American Pit Bull Terrier has cut out of the mud to build anymore. And I say anymore because that's what I was doing. It wasn't intentional. It was a byproduct of me wanting to be a part of something great because the American Pit Bull Terrier is great. It's the greatest animal I've ever seen laid eyes on. My favorite animal used to be the African lion. I thought it was the symbol of power until I saw my first pit bull.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think the African lion is my second favorite animal to the pit bull. Supreme Excellence is in the chat, y'all. He got the link. He Supreme. I text your ass at 2:00 in the morning and sent you the link. But yeah,
Yeah.
Big Hill. That's what's going on, bro.
I got you, man. Big ups to that, man. Big ups to that, man. Make your dream come true. Get your life, bro. For sure.
Yeah. And if you got
Yeah.
here late, man, Brother Solo, we made a post on the community page. Y'all run it back to about the 30-minute mark, and he explained why we made the post that we made on our community page, man. I'm celebrating all dogs. I just happen to like our dogs the most. And man, MK and Bottom said, much love, Dre, in the community. Honcho is basically a lion. Hey, and while I got the hog hunters here, man, I want to say this, bro. I do believe in function leads form. I still believe that. And I'm using the hog hunters as an example. My hog hunting friends don't care what their dogs look like as long as they can go out and snag a hog and hold it for them. And that's and that is definitely gonna stay at the forefront of it, man. I got plenty of friends that like brother Schoolboy has the ICDR. Brother PPK has his own registry. Before I would register with one of these registries that already has their established standard for what they have, the registry would have to accept the old yellow dog is what it is, and allow me to make the calls for my breed. I'm already the VP of the Battlebred family, so I already have plenty of registries that I trust to make my move the way I want to make my move. And salute to all my brothers that have the courage to have their own registries. I don't have the patience or the time to have a registry of my own. I don't have the patience for it. Dealing with people and I already deal with people enough as it is, man. But salute to all them brothers, man. But I got diarrhea in the mouth, so I'm gonna pass the mic. Y'all brothers go ahead and cook.
Big Hill, man, what's been up, bro?
Man, I just been sitting in the back. I've been peeping, you know what I mean? Just peeping. I've been just doing my push ups and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
What you
that's
hit?
it. Mhm.
Hey, what you running at 10 miles in South Sand, man? You hitting hard and all that right now?
The running 10 miles thing that ain't happening. But other than that, just maintaining, man. Just maintaining, messing with the hounds. That's all, man. Just
Roger that.
that's all I'm doing, man. Maintain it one day at a time. You know what I'm saying with the fam. That includes the
Mm-hmm.
dogs and y'all too. You feel me? That's it. That's all I'm about.
Roger that.
Y'all be in my thoughts, even if y'all already
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah.
Where my
Mm-hmm.
bro at? My bro soul power.
Yes, sir. Hey, Big A, you know you bogus as hell. You know Hill ain't running no damn miles with them 96-year-old knees.
What is Morgan
Man,
Freeman? What is Morgan Freeman looking at?
damn. Hey, Hill, you did miss it earlier because Dre did get in the cold one on you. He said
What he
you be at
do?
the truck stops licking them. Yeah, he said you be at them truck stops licking them lot lizards' toes. He said you freak nasty out there. Freaking
Oh
Hey,
slow.
but
wow.
look, but so,
Oh
but so,
wow.
look. They say he do it so good, they pay him.
Wow.
This nigga out here giving pedicures with his tongue. This nigga's a freak.
Wow.
He said he cleaning feet like he cleaning feet like Jesus.
Y'all young
Yeah,
y'all
he ain't
young
using
y'all
tears, he
young
used the saliva.
y'all youngins keep me on my toes. I tell you that. Y'all keep me on my toes. I tell you that.
Nah, them lot lizards keep you on their toes, and they say you need the pineapple rings.
Oh, you wicked, You wicked with it today, huh, old Dre? Old Dre wicked with it today.
Yeah, man.
And listen to old Big A back there with that sinister laugh. Go ahead with that, boy.
He said the
Hey,
citizen.
you know he got one in the chamber. He just waiting.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
waiting.
that's why he laughing like that. He think I
Nah,
got one cooked up. He think I got one cooked up. I
yeah,
ain't
I
messing.
know, I
Hey,
know.
listen, I ain't messing with him. I ain't messing with him.
Yeah, yeah, I missed you, Big Hill, man. Good to have you back, bro.
I'm gonna lay back on him,
Yeah,
homie.
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But he said him and integrating like a grade school kid. I'm going in, I promise. Yeah, man. Man, let me get caught up on some of these comments, man. The chat been flowing. Hey, I want to share something else with y'all too, man. Thank everybody who likes. Make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all come in. But
Mhm.
I found out recently that YouTube pays you based upon not only your views and your likes, but your engagement. So the more comments you have in a live, the more ad revenue it generates. So every time y'all type a word, every time y'all give a salute, every time y'all give a thumbs up, it helps all the channels, man. I really appreciate it. Even if you saying something negative, say it. Don't be no
Mhm.
baby
Say,
back bitch.
say it with your
Say it.
chest.
Yeah. Say it. I might not like it. I might complain about it. So what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But engagement, YouTube analyzes engagement, and
Say that.
they also rate your channel. And the channels with top engagement, i.e., comments, likes, subscriptions, shares, that pings the algorithm to put their channel out there.
yeah.
Supreme look like he got that old Negro blood in it in him. He look like one of them old Negro the baseball teams. I could I could see him now sliding into second with that work shirt on. You
Hey,
know when
Supreme. You
you're the
know he got
Negro.
one of
Hey,
them
so
old hair.
yeah. Hey, so you know when you're the Negro, then
Yeah.
he get to wear his work shirt and all that on. As long as he make the game, just make the game. Shit.
Man,
Facts,
Chrissy on,
facts.
that's how you
Chrissy on.
feel.
That's his
That
name,
nigga.
Chrissy on.
That's how you feel. Your
Yeah,
ass
yeah,
look like a
yeah.
prime
It's
example.
Boy
Your
Kelly.
ass, your ass look like a prime example of the first freed slave. You like the first. You be looking at all the other slaves like, hey, let me tell you something, young blood. Fill the motherfucking head with all type of bullshit.
Hey,
Like yeah,
man. Big Hill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me one thing, bro.
What you got for me?
What was the march on Birmingham like?
I asked that nigga kneecaps.
Man, y'all niggas got me over here crying laughing,
X,
man. Y'all niggas crazy.
X,
Oh, hey,
Supreme, X.
hey,
What?
Hey, what
Uh,
type of pen? Hey, what
hey,
type of
hey.
pen you use when you signed the Declaration of Independence? Big Hill.
Hey, what kind of feather was it?
I
that's
Was
want
what
to
it
that's
know
red?
what
that's what you
shoes you had
that's what
on when you walked
that's
across
what you
Selma.
can that's what that's what you got that old school look Supreme. You got the old school look though, for real though. You got an old school look like Benjamin Banneker and Frederick Douglass and them type guys. For sure.
I like
I
Hey,
ain't
I
even
like
right?
I
lying
Hey,
to
like
you.
y'all
the
done woke.
booger
Hey,
I
y'all
like
done
the
woke
booger
schoolboy
Washington.
up. Y'all done woke schoolboy. What's good, Mr. Garcia?
What's happening? How's everybody doing?
Hey,
Oh,
we
schoolboy,
all right,
we over
man.
here
All
roasting our
right.
elders, schoolboy.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah,
Supreme,
At least
Hey,
in
Supreme.
the chat
Supreme.
and the
Hey,
He
look,
said,
channel.
hey, Supreme. I ain't even see that you said so look like
Thank
Booker T. Washington. I see what you saying though. I see what you saying. I
yeah.
see what you saying.
all right, yeah. I ain't catching Freeman. Yeah, yeah. Big Hill, you look like the hater slave in every plantation. Master, they running free tonight.
No, he ain't never the stool pigeon.
Nah, man.
Hey,
But
Dre, can I
what's the
ask you
what?
some questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, First one, go through that process of how I understand. I know I mentioned it before about you need 3 generations to create a new breed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How does that process go? Do you have to like you're going to start off with the dogs you have, right? Are you going to add any other breeds to it?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so you're basing it on American Pit Bull Terriers, but you're going to have a specific function for them, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you do that for 3 generations. and you have to have
So
a number of dogs, and then you'll be established as having your own breed of dog, right?
it no, so rudimentarily, yes, sir, but absolutely, in order to have a breed, it can't just be one person doing it. So
Right,
it may never be an actual breed. As
right,
of right now, it's just an offshoot of a breed. For it to become an actual breed, not only does it have to have 3 generations, it has to have several breeders, up to 300 specimens of that breed, with a specific standard and purpose to become a breed. So right now we're I'm in its infancy.
right, right. So all you need is people like-minded to yourself to do the same thing, start breeding, acquire dogs from you, and then do the same thing you're doing, breed that same for the same function, and then
Well,
eventually you can have breeder standard or breed standard, right?
so
Status.
I thought about that, schoolboy, and honestly, lucratively, that would be the way to do it. If I was out to get money, it would say, hey, you can only get them from me, and I could pull a whole Mr. Lopez thing, right? But that's
Right.
honestly, there are other people doing what I do. There's other people doing protection work within the breed, like Mr. Clay No Fear, and I'm just using
Yeah.
his name.
Oh
He
yeah.
just won a national title with his dogs for protection work, right?
Yeah, that's been happening for years. Yeah.
Yeah, even Bob Stevens. So, this is not a haphazard thing. But what I did want to do was I wanted to stop clout chasing. You know, because it was that. You know, and a lot of people say, "Man, it's not clout chasing. You're doing your thing." No, it's clout chasing when you're using somebody else's clout to get out there. You know, and so
Right.
I'm about doing things. I like to doing things the square way, the right way. So I did my research, and that's the direction I'm going is based upon what's considered accredited.
Right. Well, hopefully it'll come to fruition, you know.
And even if it doesn't,
And
schoolboy, even if it doesn't, schoolboy, my biggest thing is that with what I'm doing, because the greatest fear I think is bringing a negative light to the American Pit Bull Terrier. My greatest gift that I want to
gotcha.
give to the breed is to make sure that if an old yeller dog or a dog that is in my pedigree, it forces me to have a responsibility to make sure these dogs only go to people who know what they're doing. I
Yeah.
can't just be out here selling dogs to anybody because, like, with it being with a small populace, and I clearly
Right.
identify that as being what it is. You know, you have to have my paperwork. You have to have, or paperwork of somebody who I say is meets the standard that I'm trying to go for. Then we take all the heat. And it's this new
Yeah.
monster breed that's being created, not a dog that looks nothing like the original breed that's giving heat to a breed that didn't earn it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because that's the original intent and formulation of the American Pit Bull Terrier, anyways, for a different function. But originally, they weren't sold to just anybody. Now, Kobe would sell to different people, but most of them were dogmen, anyways.
Yeah.
Even in other countries, they got them for that function. So yeah, I think that's good.
And
I
schoolboy,
think that's
my
good.
my logic came from and please educate me on this, man. And brother Welsh, welcome to the panel as well. But my logic came from kind of the divergence of the American Pit Bull Terrier and the American Staffordshire Terrier. There's a lot of muddy stuff going on with that, but I think the general consensus is that the actual gene pools are quite similar. The purpose kind of just changed over time.
Yeah, yeah, they have the same genetic background, and at up until 1935 and later, you could say maybe even up to the 50s, staffs were still being used for that, and then you have a sprinkling of staffs after that, 80s, 90s, where people still used them for that function. If nothing else, they incorporated staffs into the pit bull because they have the same genetic background.
The original
Buffalo Soldier had them, Carver used them supposedly. Even supposedly, Walter Komasinski used bull terriers with his pit bull. I don't know if that's true or not. Some people say yeah, some people say no, but uh, that's one contention that's out there.
I
So
looked at some
the
pictures
key
of some of
thing
them.
the key thing is the function. What are you
Yes,
using
sir.
them for, right? And I'm
Yes.
guessing not Not to get on anybody or start some bullshit, but I'm guessing maybe you got some negative feedback for what you're doing.
So I've always got negative feedback for a schoolboy. I think the main
Me
thing
too.
was, yeah,
Me too. You fight
yeah,
dogs? You like watching dog fights? You this and that? I just told the guy, no, I don't fight dogs. No. I put a picture up of a famous dog that I took a picture with. He says, "You fight dogs?" I said, "No. This picture was taken at a confirmation dog show. This dog was entered in the confirmation dog show, and he did the tug of war thing. And I guess that's lying a little bit, but at the point now, I don't fight dogs. I don't even have dogs." He said, "You sell puppies for fighting?" And no, I don't even have dogs. No. So I get that you, no matter what you're doing, somebody's not going to like it. So you
yeah,
just got to stand your ground and do what you want to do the way you want to do it. And for me, when I get negative feedback, most of the time I just ignore it. Unless I feel a need to explain myself, I just ignore it and do
and
what I do.
I think you're. I agree, and I'll say this, and I'm gonna let Brother Welsh get in there because I see he had unmuted. But my thing is, it. I'll only respond to things if they make sense to me, and it wasn't even negative feedback. It was just after doing my research, it was an authentic message, and that message
Right,
was, each breed, for a breed to be a breed, it has to have a specific purpose and function.
right,
Um, and even with the German Shepherd, like I'll give you an example. They have a dog now called a King Shepherd. It looks like a German Shepherd, but it's just a big couch potato. It's pretty much
right,
the American bully of the German Shepherd dogs, right? And
right,
so when you change it, those people that named the King Shepherd, you can Google it for yourself. When they named it because they realized they weren't breeding it for the original herding and working purposes of the German Shepherd, right?
right.
And so it's more of a clear delineation of the purpose behind the dog.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that maybe some of these breeds might lose their status because they're not being used for any purpose, much less the original purpose. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like, somebody breeds two dogs together and they give it a name. And because they've given it a name, they think they've created something. It's not, like a pibble or whatever they call them, or you cross a poodle and a pit bull, or something else with a Rottweiler or something. Just because they put a name on it doesn't mean it's a breed. So
Yes.
the direction you're going, that's the way to do it. There has to be established standards, your own standards, whatever they are, a function, and then, like you said, after 3 generations, an entity could recognize it as a separate breed from all other breeds.
Yeah. That's what I was saying about the bullies. Like the bullies started off as whatever they started off of, but you can't tell me what a bully is today. Each
Well, they
person
they can't they can't tell you. They can't tell you what a bully is.
yeah, big
They
facts,
can't
you
even
know.
tell you what the original mix was to make it
Right,
a bully.
right. That's what I'm
So
saying.
off the get, and somebody, I don't know who is, recognize the breed, and they have, anybody could do that. Anybody can have a registry and do this and that and
If
say this is a particular
if
breed and then run with it.
yeah,
But that
if
doesn't make it a breed.
yeah, if I'm correct, I think they broke their way in by creating their own kennel club, and then had enough members to get accepted.
What, the bullies?
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna break that down for you real quick. Okay. So in the late 1980s, a man by the name of Dave Wilson and a couple of his friends got together with some dogs, a lot of the dogs like with the Camelot blood and the Ruffian blood, and it created a Razor's Edge line. And they were honestly registering those dogs with the UKC as American Pit Bull Terriers. However, um, once they got enough clout, they then relabeled the dogs and created a registry known as the ABKC, the American Bully
yeah,
Kennel,
yep.
and
That's what it was.
that came to fruition around 2003. and
Mm-hmm.
then they over promoted the dogs to sell to anybody as dogs that were basically super docile couch potatoes. But to gain size, they crossed Molosser breeds into the dogs, and continue to say that they were just breeding the largest specimens of the American Pit Bull Terrier strain. And
Yeah.
if that were true, the Mayday dogs would continue to get larger because Mayday and a lot of these other catchweight dogs, Centipede, would have done that. So being a person that is not just haphazardly doing this, but a person that actually was interested in the bullies until I realized what was going on. Um,
Hey,
eh,
Samurai,
what's up,
y'all ever seen that website? Muggleston Pitbull.
Mugglestones? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I grew up when I was a little kid. When the motherfucker first had internet, before my mom even bought me my first bulldog. When I was a little kid, I came upon that website, Muggleston Pit Bull Farm, and that's what I thought a pit bull was.
yeah.
I was like maybe 10, 11 on the internet, and I'm seeing these humongous, huge ass blue dogs, and I was like, let me go on there again, and they still call it Muggleston Pit Bull Farm.
And the thing is this: they took the money, but not the responsibility. They took
Right.
the money, but not the responsibility. And therein
Yeah.
is where, and I would say, I follow this page, but DDK9, Dark Dynasty K9, kind of did the same thing. And in recent years, even he has said, you can call my dogs whatever you want to, because he's realized now that had he just done what I'm doing now and just actually just been honest and upfront about what he was doing, the people that are really with him would be with him anyways. He called the Hulk a pit bull in front of the world and publicized it. And right now, if you Google pit bull, the Hulk is one of the first images that comes up. And anybody who owns a pit bull, that is a slap in the face to him. You know,
Big time.
so I will not do that. I will not propagate myself on the works of another man. Um, and I'm gonna yield the floor, man, because like I said, man, I wanted to open the floor for discussion. And Schoolboy, I'm glad you're asking these questions because they actually help clarify for those that are listening.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Couple of
even worse
things,
than
you
that
know.
was it was a guy that created a dog called Wanna Be a Whopper. I think it was Eddington's Wanna Be a Whopper. And he actually got them registered under the ADBA. They were good weight pulling dogs, but you could clearly see that he was adding like masters and stuff into these dogs. And
Right.
you know, I was in the APBT community down in Texas at that time, you know, going to the Lone Star State Pitbull Club meetings and the ADBA shows and all of that. And we used to see them dogs and we used to always just be like, man, why did they even let them in? You know what I mean? Into the bloodline, into the blood pool. But I heard that they cleared it up though. I heard that they
Yeah. Well, the ADBA developed another breed that just for weight pull and working and like that. They call it something else. It's not a pit bull, but it's if you look it up, it'll tell you what breed they developed, and it's strictly for weight pull. So maybe that's what
that's what it
the
devolved
guy.
into because they were getting
Right.
so much pushback because everybody knew that these dogs were not pure American Pit Bull Terriers. And
Yeah.
then it got to the point to where some of them look like it because you might have a dog that's got like a quarter want to be a Whopper.
Yeah.
Then the rest like
Yeah.
Carver or whatever. So it looks like, you know, whatever, but we all know. And I think the ADBA got so much backlash that they created another breed called Working Pit Bull.
There you
They
go.
took all of those dogs that were from that lineage and invalidated their American Pit Bull Terrier paperwork and just moved it over to the new breed.
Right. Right. Because they're mixed. Yeah. Uh, I have a VHS tape. I don't know what year it's from, but I still have it somewhere. And I don't know if these were the guys that developed the bully breed or were started near its inception, but they said that they wanted to develop a dog that looked tough but wasn't tough. That's what I remember from the clip. And but we all know that there's been problems with it, with the bully breed, because like you said, they don't take responsibility for the dog. If you just
Yeah.
breeding dogs and you putting them out there and you don't have no standards, you don't have no culling process, you ain't following no traits. You know, they got bad temperament and behavior and all that.
That's an
Yeah,
unstable
you're
dog.
gonna, yeah, you're gonna have a shitload of trouble.
That's I've been saying that, school boy. I've been
Yeah,
screaming that from the top of the mountain.
yeah. Well, you're right, and a lot of it comes from. I'll say it again. You know, people ain't raised with animals, so
Yeah.
they have no idea what it's for. Supreme Excellence just put a thing up that said, "Is a poodle the same as a wolf?" No, they're both canines, but they ain't the same.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was being facetious or whatever. No
Yeah,
disrespect, Supreme Excellence, but
you know that Supreme. You know that Supreme.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he's good. He good people, right?
Su- Supreme is really out. He looked like Bass Reeves. That's what he looked like.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know everything about Bass Reeves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah. I'm
G.
a
Son, this
And
guy
yeah. I'm a
also,
old.
and
I'm a
also,
old.
and also, he looked like he still VHS tapes.
Yeah.
he said I like I steal VHS tapes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if they got old matches on 'em.
I got. I got not. I have a few of that, but I have hundreds of VHS tapes with boxing fights on them.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, just that comment there, you know, sometimes things like that stems from that's the way people think. Well, a poodle is the same as a wolf. Well, all dogs came from wolves and this and that. I've always been, I don't see that because there's different types of canines throughout the world, throughout history. So
Yeah.
something, yeah, a husky or a shepherd or, uh, you know, probably came from wolves, but I don't see how a Chihuahua came from a wolf.
Yeah, but that's kind of just
And,
like
and,
a
and
hog and a
since,
javelina.
yeah, right, right. There might be within the same whatever, but they're not the same They're not the same animal,
Right. I
Yeah.
right?
think some people, when it comes to feeding their dog, they'll try and take their perception like as far as like what they feed their dog, they'll want it to be as close to like what the wolf would eat. So they'll like maybe subtract certain things that be in kibble to like the
Yeah.
dog
Yeah,
food. I think I might have learned
And,
that. I think Welch might have said that, if I'm not
and
mistaken.
yeah. Well,
Dylan
the
got a
dog has
point
been
too.
domesticated for so long that it would take years to revert the domestic, even German Shepherd, back to a wolf.
Right.
Their
Yeah.
feeding patterns, their digestive system is not the same. Like people feed raw. I don't have a problem with raw. I know people that use it. It's great. But when you're giving them big chunks of food because you want them to chew it up, just like wild animals do, you have to take into account that, first of all, they're not built that way, which is okay. The dog can get used to eating that. But the digestive process is different
Right.
because
They, they got
wolves
different
in the wild do
parasites.
that because they might not eat for a week or 2 weeks.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
they gorge themselves on these big chunks of food, meat, bones, all that. And because then now the digestive process is slower. So they might still have whole food in them 3 or 4 days later. It's still in the
And
process of digesting.
and
Mm.
they
So you have to
digest
take
bones easy.
right easier, exactly,
Yeah.
because they're built that way. I'm not saying raw is bad, but my buddy feeds raw, and in the past he fed raw and keep, but he chopped it all up small just so he could time the 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 digestion of the dog. He feeds 24 hours out just like I do to make sure the dog's empty before he does work or before a show. Because if they got big chunks in and their digestive system is not set up to digest that food within a 24-hour period, now you're showing your dog with food in his belly, and that ain't good at all. You know,
Yeah.
undigested food in his belly, right? So, and like the Aztecs had a little bitty dog that they use for food, right? That didn't come
What
from no wolf.
what
So
dog was that?
there's different. I forget what it's called,
I think it started with an
but
X. I know what you're talking about. It's got this weird
yeah,
name. It's
yeah.
like
It's a
it
little
looked like a
bitty. It's a
little
little
sight
bitty
hound
dog.
almost.
It
No,
looks
it don't
like that
got no hair
Egyptian
on it
dog.
really, and it's got like bat ear with a long,
Yeah,
slender
but
Yeah,
face.
it looks just like that
yeah,
Egyptian dog. I know what you're talking
yeah,
about. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But these ones I'm talking about are real small, like a Chihuahua, like a pug,
Okay.
and they
Yeah.
used them for food,
They
They
like
right?
still around,
grayish.
right?
I
They're still
think so.
around?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
the one
that's the
you're
one.
talking about
Yeah, they like
with
a
the bad
blackish
ears
blue
like that.
color.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
like a
Yeah, that one.
blackish blue
Yeah, that
color.
one.
They good looking
Yeah,
little
that one's
dogs.
still
You
around.
know, they weird looking
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah.
Hey,
right.
I want to jump in on that and just share with what I understand to be a little bit about what Schoolboy was saying. The wolf is not the only canid. You actually have wild dogs known as dingoes in Australia. Those are considered a breed apart.
Yeah.
Another canid that you might be familiar with is a dog type or canid known as the Tasmanian tiger. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
these are
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
they
all
you
went
have the
extinct.
you have the
The
you have the
last
wild
one
dogs of
died in the
Africa.
zoo in like the 1930s or something. The
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tasmanian,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, that was a marsupial.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
That
Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah. It's a
Uh,
marsupial. It has a pouch like a kangaroo.
but
Got it.
I think that
Yeah.
because I want to say that for the even the African wild dog, I want to say that for the Tasmanian tiger and even the hyena is considered more feline than it is canid, but can be bred to
Right.
canids. Yeah.
Right.
Hemi said the less fur, the quicker it get in the pot.
Yeah. And then hyenas hyenas are hermaphrodites,
Okay.
meaning they have both organs.
Well, when
Yeah.
he said less fur, the quicker get in the pot, I mean they were breeding those dogs to be ate. So
Right.
if it had more hair on it, or if it wasn't conducive to something to eat, they called those dogs out the program. Out their
Yeah.
breeding program.
Yeah. Same thing. You do that with cattle. You do it with chickens. They ban using steroids and all kinds of stuff in domestic product, right?
Yeah.
So what the chicken guys did, because they were giving them steroids so they grow faster, right? So what all they did was bring another breed of chicken in that matured faster, and they breed it to the domestic American chicken, and now you
Yeah.
have chickens ready for market without the steroids and all that stuff in
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks.
Man.
Damn.
Where before they had to wait till they were 8 weeks old.
Yeah.
So now in 4 weeks, you have chickens ready for market. And the
Okay.
point is, just like Samurai's saying, you breed whatever it is you have. I don't care if it's a hamster or a bumblebee or dog for a purpose. That's why we domesticated animals in the first place, to use them for work, food, sport, protection, guard, whatever it is. That's what keeps them healthy. That's what keeps them fit. That's what keeps them their mind right. It gives them a purpose in life, and that's what makes better domestic animals.
That's right.
Yeah.
Big Hill look like he breeds chickens.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, I want to, brother Welsh. I wanted to get because he came on here and he had some input as well, and I want to clear the floor to give my brother the opportunity to speak.
Well, nah, Samurai, I just wanted to ask you, because you said you're doing your own thing with the dogs. So my question is, some people know about the three generations, some don't. So with you not adding any other breeds to the dog, when you get to your sixth, seventh, eighth generation, what are you adding? Are you still going with the American Pit Bull Terrier line? Are you going to go to the cousin side with the Staffordshire's? What is your longevity plan with that?
So honestly, Welsh, nothing has changed with what I was trying to accomplish by starting a line. And what I mean by that is there are enough people doing what I do because I'm in the protection world. I see them. there are hundreds of kennels that are true to the American Pit Bull Terrier that do protection work, that do hog hunting, that do these functional things that I'm into. So, with a lot of breeds, they start with a mix or a cross of an F1 hybrid, but that's not necessary. Just like selective breeding for gameness creates a game dog, if you selectively breed for a stable, aloof dog, you then create a dog that is divergent from the original purpose, because eventually you're going to get higher percentages of dogs that do this than do that. Now, as an example, if I'm breeding a dog that has no type of self-defense, survival mechanism, or gameness, that's not representative of a guard dog or a game dog. That's something completely different. It looks like it. It's a V6 Mustang, as opposed to a V8 Mustang. It looks like a Mustang, but it don't run like a Mustang. Okay. And they have different trim models for that. So when I talk about being divergent from the breed, I'm not diverging because of the genetic changes I'm making. I'm diverging because of the epigenetic changes each generation is being made. They're being made in each generation. So I use the Staffordshire Terrier as an example because those breeders decided, hey, we want to breed more for this temperament than this temperament, and we want it to be so consistent that there's a noticeable difference in both the appearance and the actions of this dog versus the progenitor.
I got you. I got you. I got you. The reason why I asked that is because it's the same way. Like, I guess with some, because we was just having this conversation in the group about a week ago, and of course, you got certain people that say this and this and this. And you got certain people that agree with it. So you using your Pacific dogs for personal protection work, just like you have certain people. Uh,
Well, if you're talking, you went out, bro. You said the last thing I heard was just like you have, and then it went out.
okay, so just like you have Miss Watts dogs, her dog, a lot of her dogs, they hog hunt. A lot of them are show dogs. But the thing with the pit bull community is, I feel, this is just me personally. Um, of course, they say they're not good for guard dogs or they're not good for personal protection, but I feel the American Pit Bull is the all around dog, because anybody that's on the West Coast, depending on which part of the West Coast you're on, you would notice.
Hold on, Welsh. You went out again. Last thing I heard was you would notice. So Britt, take it back. You would notice.
Let me go. Let me step outside. Well, I was going to say, you would notice that on the West Coast, the American Pit Bull Terrier is widely being more used again with the police department.
And
I don't know if
see,
anybody in here have seen that.
well, I know this. I know that they've been used with the police department, the military, and all types of stuff in different scenarios. But what I do want to say though is this: that when people say like, if you want to protect your dog, you should go get you a German Shepherd, a Malinois, or a Doberman, or anything like that. And then if you want to, if you got cattle and sheep and all that stuff, then you should definitely go get you a shepherd dog. And then if you need some mental stability or emotional dog, then you should get this kind of dog. And to me, I'm like, one dog can do all of that. Why should you have to
Yes.
why
Yes.
should you have to go get a German Shepherd to do this and then go get this dog to do that and then this dog to do that? And then before you know it, you've got six, seven, eight breeds just running around your house.
Now
But
you
And
got an accident happening.
but you know what? I'm gonna tell you what that comes, especially in American Pit Bull Terrier.
yeah.
The problem is, for one, I'm gonna just talk about on the hunting side of the game dogs.
Hmm.
Most people, especially with the medium to big yards, a lot of them don't really know the personality of the dogs on their yard. So
Hold on, Welsh. You went out at so
Yeah, he
pick up from
buffing.
so.
Yeah, they be having all them dogs. You just gotta
When
get
they
you a
when they
good
have
breeder.
so many dogs, most of the people that disagree 100%, most of them have yards to where they don't know all of the personalities of the dogs that they have on their yard. So when they
because
hear
they
people saying they're doing personal protection with American Pit Bull Terriers and they say it's impossible, that's because most of the time those people only focus on the dog they working with at the time. Majority.
right.
Hey,
You
but
went
I
out
want
again.
Welsh. I want to jump in real quick on that statement. Please hold that thought. So I want to say this too. I used to get mad at the breed purist, but I will say this though: if you don't have breed purists to keep it in its one the original purpose, I think
You lose.
all the other things you can do with it come from having certain purists. It's just that um, while I while I don't while I don't agree with what everything the purists say, I know there's a place for purists in the game.
Without a doubt.
I want to say something, man. As far as people saying pit bulls aren't good for protection work, man, I got a female right now, bro, that she got the mentality of a guard dog. I mean, anybody that even come in my neighbor's yard, she barking. If you come in my
She gonna
yard, you getting bit.
she
You
gonna
come in
peel
my
your
house, you
face
get
off,
bit.
huh?
You know what I
Hey,
mean? When I walk
I,
her, but she got discretion too, though. You know, if I'm walking past some kids or something and I'm cool, she cool. But if somebody walk up at me at nighttime, they got a hoodie on, she gonna bite them. Or if I tell them to bite her, she gonna bite you. And I ain't even trying to do it. It's just how this dog naturally is.
I think that
So,
discretion part is like the pit bull trait that don't none of the other dogs got though. You said she got that discretion. I don't think no other breeds got that discretion. You get them other breeds and they just don't go all
man,
the
I
time.
literally just took this dog out of town, right? My grandfather died, you know what I'm saying?
Rest in
And
peace.
I took her down to Mississippi.
condolences.
And I had her in the crate in the back in my cousin truck, me and two of my cousins. You know, she whined before when she had to use the bathroom, and then she was just quiet all the other time. My cousins were shocked, like, damn, you know, that man, that's a good dog. She can come anytime. Took her in the hotel. You know, she wasn't lounging at people, you know, just as we walked past, took her in the hotel. But I put her in the room, and my cousin was in the room with me, and I'm taking a shower. So she on my cousin because she don't know him. Like she in the room with him and she on him. My mom's coming to the door. She knock on the door like, you got to shut that dog up. I'm like, okay, when I get out of the shower, I'm put the shot collar on her. So I get out the shower, put the shot collar on her. Boom, she's silent the whole time. You know what I mean? And then I had her I was in the elevator with her. And some of my family came in. They kind of scared of her. But I'm like, no, she know when she ain't gonna do nothing. They got in, went down to the bottom floor, no problem. You know? And it's just, I love the dog, man. She got that, and she got a guard attitude, bro. She got a guard attitude, and she'll hit any animal. She any kind of animal, she 100% aggressive too. But as far as people, she got a discretion with that. She know when to do it and when not to. You know,
I'll take that all day, solo.
yeah,
All
this is my
day.
All day
favorite
long.
dog, man. Favorite dog. In fact, I got her half brother just because how she is. You
Man.
know, he about 7 months old now, but that's man, this the perfect dog. And she big too, because she a big red boy Jocko dog. So she about 60 pounds off the chain.
Ooh wee.
You know what I'm saying? Big, tall, long. So I like that, man. You know, I like that. I like having her in the house and I like having her around and I
How
feel
much she
safe.
weigh?
You drop me off in the ghetto anywhere, man. I feel safe with her because I know anything 2 leg or 4 leg, she don't go. You
But
got
How
you
much
but
somebody
she
you
weigh?
she about 60 pounds off the chain, bro.
God
hey,
Big,
but you
big,
but
dog.
you
big
heard
female,
what
bro.
you said, how you have her in the house sometimes. See, that's the difference. That goes back to what I said about people having certain yards, and the only time you interact with the dog is when you fucking feed it and clean it. Of course, you're not gonna
Yeah.
know that dog can be a good protector or guard dog. You don't spend time with the motherfucker. So how could you know if the breed is, if you can truly use the breed for guard or protection work. Most of the people
Nah,
that
that's a good
disagree with
point.
it, most of
That's
the
a
people
good
that
point.
disagree with it don't really know their dog's personalities.
Yeah,
I mean, shit, Mr. Hammonds years ago had a dog named T-Rex. You know, he had a big yard like that, but he had like a weak spot in his fence, and he kept T-Rex right by that weak spot. This motherfucker gonna eat you up. You come on that yard, you know.
yeah,
So I mean, some dogs, even if you got a large yard, you will know. If you got people coming through walking past, you see this one dog, he intent like he gonna kill him. You know, the other dogs, they just wagging their tail, wanting to come rub them. You know, okay, that dog right there, man. You know, that not be safe to come over by that dog. You know. So
yeah,
I see what you're saying, though. Of course, the fewer dogs you got, the more you're gonna know about each dog's personality because you got more time to spend with each dog. But some
yeah,
dogs can still show you their personality, even if you got a lot of them. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
yeah,
course, of course.
And then
yeah.
I want to jump in
Go
real
ahead.
quick again.
Yeah, go ahead.
So so the difference is these dogs are much too athletic to be attack dogs or guard dogs. Protection is protection is a training, a guard natural guard dog. Molosses are natural guard dogs. You raise it around the family, you walk around the perimeter of your property, and typically a well-bred one is naturally gonna say, I don't know you, get out of here, but they're not gonna chase you down. Attack dogs will leave a property or will chase an assailant as far as they need to and get them, right? Neither one of those things are viable to me. Protection means that this dog is trained that in a certain arena or in a certain situation, i.e., there are box dogs that could lay down with cats, right? Not because the dog was trained to do that, but because that dog was naturally predisposed to do that. And I've heard a million stories of box dogs that could even play with other dogs. And all I'm saying is that for mine, personal protection, they have to have discernment. They have to be balanced. A lot of people think that because a dog will bite a person, that makes it a good personal protection dog, and that's actually a liability. My dogs right now, if I'm walking down the street and a person approaches me in a calm manner, can walk up and touch my dog. Like that is a thing. You could walk up and touch it, but when I put them in a tie out in the backyard and they run in my backyard, you can't do that same thing, and that's only done through testing and socialization. So Welsh, I agree with you on that, man. But like you said, I only have two dogs. I'm gonna pass the mic back to you, my brother.
Yeah, I got a little long-winded story I could tell, man. When I was going to college in Delaware, I was fooling with dogs, you know, whatnot, running through pups or whatnot, and my one of my partners, he had some old family reds, and I was getting a pup from him, and I brought a pup with me over there, you know, dumb and young, you know, brought a pup over there, and he had his uh he had his the pups in the garage, and I walk up to the house and we chopping it up, and I put my pup down, and they started to engage with his pups playing around and stuff like that. So we get my pup that I'm picking up from him to go, you know, go wash it off, give it his shots and stuff like that before I bounce. And he let the mother out in the garage to feed the pups while my pup was out there with him. And you know, my pup run up and just doing what the other pups do. And when he opened the door to get my new pup out, the pops went out there, and we washing the dog off, and the pops snap on my dog, you know. And we watching the dog. We just start hearing this noise. We just trying to figure out what is that? What is that? So we go outside. We go to the garage, and there's blood everywhere. My dog is in the mouth in the pop's mouth, and he's swinging my dog around and stuff like that. He get the dog off or whatnot. Man, you know, I had to nurse the dog back to health or whatnot. I didn't think he was gonna make it, but you know, I was saying that to say this. So I've been in the car with both of his dogs. We've been rolling, riding, been in public, been everywhere. Can hang out, do anything. You know, in public, his dogs is cool as a fan. You go to the house with him there, dogs is cool as a fan. They free range dogs. He's one of the only people that I saw that when he had, and these are old family reds, and you know, and the pops was a one time winner. Um, I've never seen, dogs where he would leave during the day, in the morning, it might have a long day, might not be gone for 10 hours, and he kept the food tray full. So they always had kibble in the food tray. They would never touch the food unless he was at the house. He had carpet. You know what I'm saying? Dogs wouldn't, never messed on the carpet. I remember he had his kid was like 2 years old, and the kid was on the carpet just tugging on the pop's nuts. You know what I'm saying? Tugging on the pop's nuts. And the pops turned around, nudged the kid off of him and everything. Now, one time I went up to his house and he wasn't there. And he has on the front door, he has like those two like little windows on the side of the doors. And mind you, I've been with these dogs on a regular basis, been around them on a regular basis, hung, did everything. Now I go up to his house, ring the doorbell, knock on the door. The dogs try to kill me through the door, trying to kill me through the door because nobody's at the house. And I'm playing around. It's a window, so I put my hand up to the door. They showing teeth and trying to get through the door to me. Just that type of stuff is just, it's amazing to me, how these dogs can be and the intelligence to know when and how if you spend time with, if you know what you got, what you're getting into.
Now, schoolboy, you recently did a video on handling, right? And the one thing
Right.
I will say is, a true handler, somebody who's ever handled a dog, whether it was in a roll or in the box. And let me give a disclaimer real quick because I am going to mention something that is not condoned nowadays. No dogs bred, trained, sold, raised, transported, or housed for any illegal purposes. But I will say this about anybody who's ever handled before: any handler could be a dog trainer, and I stand on that. Any handler, a true handler, could be a dog trainer if they wanted to. And I think that there's room for anybody who understands what brother Mike Dan was saying in the chat. Mike Dan was saying that got to learn how to use a brake stick. That's essential.
Yeah.
Mike
Well, I
Dan
agree
straight with
with you.
that break stick.
I agree with you. And the only difference between breeds and between what you do with your dog, Samurai, what I did with my dogs in the past, what a sheep dog does herding sheep is the function. The methods, the techniques, they're it's there are different ways of going about it, but it's the same concept. Just like my keep. My keep is written in such a way that anybody can take it, utilize it. Now they don't have to do the work exactly how I did it, but the concept is the same. You empty the dog out, you let them warm up, you do some work. They're gonna they're gonna uh, have they're gonna hit a wall, so to speak. They're gonna have to catch their breath. They're gonna back off. They're gonna catch their breath, pick up the pace back and forth like that. You finish the workout, cool them down, give them a rub down, feed like that. So whatever it is you're doing with your dog, the concepts are the same. Just like uh, Welsh was saying about, you know, you got to spend time with these dogs. You teach them this, you teach them that. It's the same thing I was doing with my dogs. I'm just teaching them things for the box. So other people teach them for protection. Other people teach them for. We had cow dogs when I was younger, so we taught them to work cattle. So whatever the function is, the basic concepts are the same. But yeah, and that's why I had a small yard. That's what he was alluding to. I had a small yard so I could spend more time with the dogs. It's harder when you have a ton of dogs. Can't put in the time unless you have help, somebody else who's knowledgeable. But I agree, a handler could be a trainer. He would just have to learn how to train dogs for different functions, or whether it's obedience or house training, whatever it is, because you do a little bit of everything anyways. And my dogs were, like he was saying too, they would protect to the level of threat. And I'm one of them guys, I've said it on here. I'm not a fan of attack trained pit bull, but I'm not so ignorant or stupid enough to know that if it's done right, yeah, you can do that with the pit bull. It's just that most of the people, like you were saying, they're irresponsible and they're not trainers and they don't have the experience. So they're getting into an area where, they're not quote unquote expert at. And that's one of the main issues I have. Just because a dog is aggressive and will bite people, that doesn't make it a good protection dog or even a good attack dog or a good guard dog or nothing. Because each one of them have different ways of going about to get the end result.
Hey,
So
it's
go ahead.
schoolboy. So I want to bring this up, man, and for all of y'all who are old enough to have seen it before it became so felonious. As a kid, I had cousins that were real boxmen, right? And some of them have passed away, rest in peace. But one of the things they had that I think was amazing, and this has to be an instinctual skill, is I would see them and they would tell the other person, "Yeah, your dog's about to turn. That dog's about to quit." And I
Yeah,
couldn't see it, but that skill set is the same. That same skill set that they had with that is what I have when it comes to knowing when my dog is going to do something to a person, right?
right.
And I'm actually, and please hear the whole message of this. I'm actually a little jealous of the trainers, of the handlers, because the handler can see things like, he's fanged. That's not something that's easy to see unless you're in tune with that animal. Because sometimes it being fanged, like a dog with droopier jaws, you can't see it. It's not protruding through the lip. So
Right.
I still need help from the American Pit Bull Terrier community, and that's why I want to make sure that I articulate that very clearly, because I know I don't know it all, and I've always propagated that. But I wanted to say that because your handling video really opened my eyes up to a lot. But what I will say is the same way those handlers can see those things, there are certain physical traits that I can see in my dog when he's about to do something that I don't know why I can see them. I've paid attention to that, right? So that makes
Right.
me more
Yep.
specialized in handling in that regard. And I'm gonna pass the mic back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just you're watching your dogs. You see different things. Whether you're realizing it at the time, it's clicking in your brain, and we see it over and over again. At some point, you recognize it and go, okay, that means this, right? And again, it's the same with any breed, even different species, even horses, chickens, whatever it is. There's certain things about them that you learn over time, and if you're lucky enough to be brought up, then you have an advantage. With those animals, you're brought up with them, you have an advantage. But it's basically the same, and the breed is versatile, and it can do a lot of things, but not all of them can do a lot of things. Some of them ain't
Right,
worth the shit at it, right? Just
right.
like
But
just like a
that's
dog
any
man. We
breed.
always we always promote, you know, in my day, you got to be a breeder. You got to know how to breed. You got to know how to uh, take care of your animals. House them, feed them like that. You got to know how to condition. You got to know how to handle. You got to know aftercare. There's very few people that know all of it. Because there's too much involved. You may be adequate at several different things, but to be real good at all of it don't happen. No matter how much anybody thinks of themselves, myself included, I was lacking in certain things. So what I do is kind of what you're saying. I get the help of others. So I wasn't very good at aftercare early on, and even later on, I wasn't as good as some people. So I hired people to be at my shows, take care of my dogs afterwards. Plus access to the drugs and the whatever you need, medical stuff you need. I didn't have access to it. They did. So I paid them to do it. Some people are good breeders. They don't know how to handle. Some people are good breeders. They don't know how to condition. Some people are good conditioners and handlers. They don't know how to breed. So it's the same thing when you're picking and choosing these dogs. There's only particular ones that are going to be good for whatever function you're going to use them. I've seen pit bulls that ain't worth a shit at hog hunting, and you think, well, it's natural. That's the prey. The dog is game, and this and that. They're not good. They don't know how to handle a hog. That's why they get killed, because they're not smart enough to realize they have to get on the hog's muzzle or the hog's ear. They have to get low and put their weight on top of the hog, keep them down. If they're trading blows with the hog, they're going to get fucked up. Hog's going to kill them. So the pit bull, it is, in my opinion, too, the most versatile animal, dog, canine, that's been domesticated. But they ain't all good at everything, and they ain't all good at a lot of things. And some of them are only good at a few things or one thing. So it's a matter of going through the process, having your standards, picking the ones that can perform the task you want, and have the temperament you like, and the behavior you like, and the intelligence. And everybody touts the pit bull. I'm one of the biggest fans of the pit bull, but you have to understand that they not all of them are worth keeping. Put it that way. That's the culling process.
Yes,
There's nothing
sir.
wrong with that. And for me, culling, it means that I don't breed them. Culling doesn't just mean killing animals like that, right? But
Yeah, you could keep
and
it.
that
You could keep it in color.
do whatever. Just don't breed it. I had some that I competed with. I matched them, but they weren't good enough for breeding. So I had my fun with them. I won with them or lost, whatever it was. Uh, One dog I helped make champion, Dawson, Brat's champion Dawson. I won his first match. I sent him back to Don Brat. He won two more with him. He made champion. I never would breed to that dog because he was so introverted and shy and spooky and weird. I didn't want that in my program. And I could have bred him. He told me, you can breed him. Nope, no, thank you. It's too freaking weird. So that it's the same thing with whatever it is you're using. Uh, the animal for a trotter, a racehorse, a trotter, is not a good Kentucky Derby candidate. They run different. They're different. A Kentucky Derby horse, thoroughbred, is not good at steeplechase because of the distance and because of the durability and the endurance they need. So each one has its function. You can't now they can crossbreed, and maybe you need a faster horse or whatever, or you need more bone structure or whatever. So they do cross breeds like that sometimes. But for one horse to be all functional like that, nope. A cutting horse ain't a barrel racer. Two different things. So it's the same thing with any. So you can take what you're doing and you can develop that breed and do it. I think you're going about it the responsible way. And just like we say all the time, if you're looking to make a bunch of money, that's the wrong reason to do it. But if you want a breed you're proud of and a family of dogs you're proud of and that are functional and do what you say they do, that's possible in your lifetime.
Yes, sir. And man, that horse analogy was good, because if I had a favorite horse, it would be the Arabian horses from when I was in the Middle East. But they're super small. They can't do any kind of pulling. They can't cart. Like,
Yeah,
they can jump. They
yeah,
can jump with a man on their back over a 5 foot, 6 foot barricade, but they can't. They
yep,
can't cart. So I just
yeah,
just want to add that in there, because
yeah, yeah. That's why
because
you
I
have
have my
draft
favorites
horses,
and everything. Yeah, yeah.
right? So
Um,
it's a good chat, man. I'm glad you brought it up, clear things up. And the one thing you said that impressed me was you have to be responsible. You do.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
in my day, I never had an accident with one of my dogs biting anybody, not even thinking about it. I would not
Yeah.
accept it because I had man biters before, and I know how to handle man biters, and I know the signs, and I know what they can do, and I've seen what they can do. And For me, they're just a liability. I don't care how good it was. Zebo would not have made it in my hands. I'll put it that way. After a certain point, he wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And for those of y'all, Mr. Garcia covered this really well last night in the Game Dog Talk forum. I'm telling you, like because like as far as handling techniques, he even said how he would handle one. I'm not going to discuss it here because I'm not going to steal that content from my brother 7A Sports TV, but he definitely covered it last night. Him and Brother Bakary.
Yeah.
Literally, like within the last 12 hours, man, get over there and check it out. I'm not going to post the link because I don't have the link to the Patreon, but Brother Ram will come through sometimes and he'll post the link. If you're serious and you want to get unfettered information without the public being in your business where you can talk freely, Game Dog Talk is there. They don't talk about anything illegal. They talk about education for the breed. And I've been a subscriber since they started, man. And I constantly learn. Schoolboy, I will say this though. Make sure y'all get my brother Sir Kennels. Make sure y'all get him wrenched up over there because he had
Yeah, I
brought it
think
up
he said
last night.
something about that
Yeah,
last night. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
7A is going to be on it. It's akin to, the way we talk is more graphic. That's what I'll say the difference is. But it's like if somebody asked you what happened during the St. Valentine's Day massacre when uh,
Yeah.
Al
When
Capone sent some killers
Capone,
in to kill all these people, right?
yeah.
You can say, well, they were in a garage. The guys that shot them were uh, dressed like police. They were imposters. They went in there and they killed everybody. You can say it that way, or you can say they went in there with machine guns. One of them took a shotgun after they were down and blew somebody's head off. They killed the dog. They killed a kid, 14-year-old kid also. That would be the difference. It's just the details and more graphic. But everything we talk about is in the past and it's education because people want to know. How did you handle a dog? How do you know what to do? How do you choose your individuals? What bloodline has these traits? How do you do this and how do you do that? At some point, Samurai, they're going to ask you the same about your dog. Why do you choose that one? What kind of structure you like? What kind of temperament and behavior you like? What makes a good protection dog? How do you go about training them? What's the first thing you do? What do you feed them? It's that way with anything. So and I go on NWA and we do chat. Those guys are Cane Corsos. They have Borbles, this and that. And we even had a game foul guy on there. So when we talk about breeding and even temperament and traits, structure, they each have their own structure, temperament, traits, and function, and all that. But the commonality is we have standards, and there's certain things we like and what we breed for. So anybody could, with domestic animals, could be in a chat like that or in a chat like this and talk about it. We can talk about agriculture. We can talk about livestock. It's the same shit. It's just what do they use them for?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Schoolboy, I got another gripe from last night.
Mm.
Y'all were covering the if you had to pick one and choose one, um, and I posted in the chat, Jeep and Jocko. I'm not going to discuss that here, but I would love to have seen that because they operated in the same era. I really would have loved to have seen something like that. But I'm gonna pass the mic,
Yeah,
man. I'm not gonna
yeah.
filibuster.
Well, let me address it a little bit. Right, they were around the same time. The difference is they were different sized dogs. They weren't the same. People have put out there, how come, Jeep avoided Jocko? How come they didn't get together? They're not the same weight. So you'd be dumb to do that. Jeep was a 42, 43. Jocko was a 45 to 48. Jocko would have killed them. Now, if they're the same size, if we hypothetically say, well, they're the same size, then, you can choose whichever one you like. But that stems from people all over the internet saying, oh, this dog ducked that dog. This dog ducked that dog. Oh, they were scared, this and that. There's another one with the Grand Champion Snaps and Coy's Banjo. Oh, not Snaps, but his daddy, Handicap, Grand Champion Handicap, and Banjo. They're the same size. Yeah, but there's about 5 years difference in age. So by the time it got around to them challenging each other, or Banjo challenging them, Handicap was about 8 years old. I wouldn't have done it either. So the devil's in the details, you know.
Yes, sir.
And
And I see brother Big Hill got on camera. He got something to say. What's up, Big Hill? You're muted, Big Hill. You're muted. Turn your mic on.
You muted, Grandpa.
All right, thank you, Muggle. You look like Muggleton, whatever that pit bull kennel you was talking about. You look like a Muggleton. But anyway, no, I didn't want to say nothing. I just got in the car. I ain't want to say nothing. Y'all go ahead and do y'all. Y'all chopping it up nice. Salute.
Hey, Big Hill, I know where I seen you at before, man. You was in that video. She dropped a bomb on me with the Gap band.
Nah, he was the back. He was one of the backups and dead presidents. He just missed his face paint.
You look like
I
you look
love
like
the
Ray.
I
You look
love the
like Ray.
Gap Band.
Schoolboy, schoolboy, you crazy. That's what's up. That's what's
No,
up,
he dropped
schoolboy.
the bomb
Salute.
on me. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Salute.
They don't know. They don't
Salute.
know nothing about that, schoolboy. They
They
don't know
know
nothing
nothing
about that.
about that. No, they don't.
Hey,
Yeah.
that brother Big Hill, when they created hip hop, he was one that gave him the hop with the hip. Hey,
Goddamn, boy, you
Hey,
sound like you worked on your little corny dry jokes. You just sprinkled a little water on them, boy. You coming to know better this week.
hey, they not
hey,
dry this morning. They moist. They're moist
hey,
this morning. All right.
hey, Big Hill got his journeyman. He got his journeyman outfit on. He finna go to he finna go to a dance hall for somebody disco ball.
You look like Supreme. You look like a Class B actor. You look like somebody like you ain't never the lead joke. You look like Ray Nathan and Sugar Hill. Not that. You look like dudes like the sidebar niggas. Tonto. You look like a Tonto type nigga.
Hey, they got paid too. Shit.
Big Hill, I will tell you this though, man. You look old. You look old enough to have good dogs.
Boy, I can tell you, I salute that boy because I put a lot of years in them jokers. Yeah. I
Yeah.
put a lot of years in them jokers, and I've been scratching and still scratching. That's how I do. Yeah, salute the
Yes,
dog
sir.
man. Salute the dog man. Let's take care of them dogs and all that. Salute yourself. The dogs, it's definitely the dogs gotta come first or whatever. But you know, the things we go through just to have these hounds, go ahead and tap yourself on your back if you're still out because you know you're scratching. And your dogs should know that you're scratching for them. You know, that's how I feel. You know, I look at my dogs a certain way, and I'm sure they look at me a certain way. You know, and the things y'all was chopping up was good. I wanted to shoot out there though. When y'all looking at y'all dogs and like, do you know dog language and like, what do you call dog language? What you watching on the body when they working? Like, what's talking to you? What do you like watching? You watching the tail, the ears, the eyes? What's talking to you? Like, in different activities. Like, what do you notice? Like, you know, I want to shoot that out there.
Good one.
That's a good
Yep.
one.
I definitely watch their focus. The body tells you a lot. The tail could be straight. It could be wagging slow, wagging fast. It all depends what's going on in front of the dog. What I don't like about their tail, or even the back, is when their hair stands up. I don't like that. I
Yeah.
don't like when pit bulls bark. I love when they scream. I love a low guttural sound, that intensity. But when they
Yeah.
barking and snapping, I don't like that. I'm not saying they good or bad. It's just not my preference, you know.
Yep.
But
I'm the
how
same
they
way.
move, how they place their feet, what they pay attention to, you can almost through their eyes see what they're thinking. And
Yeah.
if you can communicate them to them at certain times, and you do that repeatedly, like Pavlov's dog, they're gonna understand what you're saying. Just like some people use hand signals with dogs. It's a learned thing, but you got to learn your dogs too. You got to learn what they're about, what they like. Some people I see them work dogs and they push them, push them, push them. The dog don't need to be pushed. He's going to work his own pace. Once you figure
Yep.
out what that pace is, then you can capitalize on it. And when he picks the pace up a little bit, that's where you encourage him. Other than that, keep your mouth shut because you're going to give them the wrong signal. And they'll push themselves hard for you, but you could blow them out. and that's not good. So that was a good comment, good topic you brought up, because paying attention. Most of the time, it's like with kids. I always say being a good dad is being there with your kids 90% of the time. That's all you got to do, and then everything else involved goes along with it. Well, with dogs, all you do most of the time is stare at them. You're looking at them. You're watching them. You're communicating with them. You're just spending the time with them and learning them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like Schoolboy, you covered it with me, man. From a training aspect, the head and the tail is everything, man. From down
Mm.
from creating behaviors. If I wanted to sit, the tail needs to go down, the head goes up. If
Yep.
he's enjoying an activity, the tail is typically what we call a high carry and flagging, which is wagging. If he's not
Hmm.
enjoying it, if he's being turned off by the activity, the tail is a low carry. Typically, it's not
Yep.
wagging, and sometimes even completely tucked under the belly, saying the dog is
Yeah.
completely disengaged and in a defensive mind state.
Yep. Same with the ears. When the ears prop up, generally they're interested in something. If they fall back, and this is what you see it with horses, you see it with dogs, they drop back, they usually pissed at something. They're mad. If you see a wolf, you see a horse, and their ears drop back and they give you that look, they're mad. They're going to bite you or they're going to kick you or something. But when they perk up, they excited generally, or they interested in something, they're focused. And the reason they perk up is because that directs the sound into their ear. So they listening as well as looking.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why, uh, shepherds, they have big ears, pointy ears, when they're up like that. That's why, they have their hearing is better because it's directing the sound right into their ear. That's why they do that.
Yeah, man. I got to give a big shout out to Welsh, man. That dog he got on his avatar band is I want to say that's Bane. That dog look good, man. And it's a lot of people who hate on you for that Bane dog, man. But that's a good looking dog. That's a fine looking animal.
Boy, it's a lot of people that been hate on that brother for that dog for a while. Why?
Yeah, man.
But I tell
And,
y'all a story
and
how I met Welch. Man, I was on Facebook and I was looking for some dewormer, and he slid in the comments. And I'm like, man, I took the chance with him, brother, and I took it. And this is before I got my dog Faye, and mind you, Faye 4 years old, and I've been feeding her. I've been using that dewormer on her since I got her, bro. That man dewormer is I ain't even got words to explain it. And that dog, that bang dog, man, that's a specimen, man. If you ain't got nobody hating on you, you ain't doing something right. You see what I'm saying? So,
maybe they jealous.
man, look, bro, the dog, look, and then when Bang had a litter, I was living in an apartment, and I had Faye already, but I couldn't have no another dog in the apartment. Man. I was gonna drive all the way out there to get the puppy, man, but I just couldn't. I was mad I missed out on that.
Yeah, man. And I want to give a shout out to Rudy Kennels. Welsh said that's actually Rudy Kennels' dog in his avatar. Also, Heart and Finish. I like how you got my dog for your avatar, Batman. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you posting my dog for me like that, man. Nah, let me stop playing, man. That's
That ain't your dog. Yeah.
yeah, man. I had a black dog, but he didn't look that good, man. Yeah, man. I moved him on along to a partner of mine that could make better use of him. He wasn't really doing the training thing. He was too dog catch crazy.
Mm. Yeah.
Hey, but man, I'm
And
finna
you're
get up
right.
out
There's
of here,
been
man.
there's been a ton. All
My
right,
bad,
brother.
school
Take
boy.
care.
All right,
All
That's
right,
all
peace.
right.
all right,
Peace.
Take
Supreme.
care.
Peace, bro.
Yeah. Like you said, there's been a ton of dogs that get along with other animals, other dogs are raised with or whatever. The problem is a lot of people when they get them, they're young, they'll do that, and then they change when they get older. So you can't expect the dog to do that. You just utilize the ones that have that type of intelligence to discern the difference. That's what I'll say about that. I mean, you go back in history, and that's why people always advise people study your history, do your research. There's tons of photos. Kobe dogs or uh, Tudor dogs, Tudor himself and Heinzel and all that. These dogs are all together. Sometimes it's a male and female. Sometimes it's a male with puppies. Sometimes it's two males. And the breed has always been that way. But you can't expect every dog or most of them to do that if they were being used for what they were used for in the past. So that's where people get it twisted. I think a dog should be able to get along with other animals regardless of what type of breed it is or what it does. And I can train them to do that. Some I'm sure you can, but pit bulls used for their function, most of them won't, even though there's a bunch of them that will. But just keep that in mind. You find one that is and it serves your purpose, that's your house dog. That's your protector dog. That's your companion dog for your children. That's the dog you can take out in public.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Hey, so we're approaching that 2 hour mark. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic around and make my rounds, and I'll be in the back chat for 10 or 15 minutes after the show, just to cool down and before I get my day started. Uh, brother Schoolboy, brother Big Hill, brother Big A, y'all go ahead and do y'all part remarks.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks
you know
for
what
having me
it
on
is.
again, Samurai. And salute to the chat panel. Appreciate it. I'll come on anytime I'm asked. Sometimes I'll come on when I ain't asked. But thanks for all your support. My YouTube channel, all the purchases. Hit me up if you want to register your pit bulls. I got merchandise, shirts, books, sticks, all kinds of stuff. Thanks to the community. You guys have been very supportive and helpful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's your boy Big A, man. You know what it is. You know, same time, man. Next time.
Salute. Big Hill fam. Salute. Y'all already know. The wing spot and the dispensary. Find me or with my brothers. That's it. Let's go get it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. And I want to give a special shout out to Brother Welsh, Brother Schoolboy, Brother Big A, Brother Soul, Brother Solo, Brother Supreme, the illustrious chat, and everybody who's going to listen to us on the background or the replay, because like the retirement announcement was kind of a clickbait, but it was a true statement. And the questions, the support, the even the people that disagree, that are divergent from my ideology, man, like it's needed because I want to get it right. And you don't have multiple chances to play around with things this dangerous. You're playing with a loaded gun. So I definitely want to say thank you. And y'all know, when I do my lives, I like to leave y'all with a Christian watchword. For those of y'all who don't have a religious preference or don't intend to be with religion, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to back out before I get a Christian watchword. But for those of y'all who have a mind to listen, eyes to see, ears to hear, please bow your heads with me while I give the Christian watchword and we get out of here. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent one from another. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.